Hello everyone and welcome to my channel where I talk about languages, linguistics and sometimes about culture. Today's video has been kindly sponsored by Lingoda and they've asked me to tell you all about the Lingoda Language Marathon which is coming up in September. But before I get started, let me tell you a little bit more about what Lingoda is all about and also my experience of actually trying it myself. Lingoda is an online language school which puts the emphasis on helping students improve their speaking ability. I personally hadn't heard of them prior to them contacting me, so naturally I had to test and see for myself what Lingoda is all about. And that is basically the story of how for the first time in my life I took 5 Spanish language classes online just for you, just so I could tell you about it. That was actually a nice way for me to step out of my comfort zone because before Lingoda I had never done any online classes, so that was a nice experience for sure. On top of that, I have to say that I was positively surprised by the quality of the service that Lingoda provides. First of all, they only hire qualified native speaker teachers, which I know for many people is very important. That was actually pretty cool because all of my teachers were from Latin America and I don't actually know much about Spanish spoken in Latin America and about the culture in general, so that was a good way for me to learn about the culture because I'm more familiar with the Spanish culture, so it was interesting to see the differences both in culture and language. Another thing that I liked about Lingoda is how flexible it is. For example, I had classes at 12 lunchtime and also at 11 p.m. It's quite easy to book a class at essentially any time of the day because you have teachers that live around the world. One of my teachers lived in Brazil, another one lived in Germany, and etc. etc. And this gives Lingoda a lot of flexibility in terms of time. And I think that's a big advantage over regular classroom-based language courses. I know for some students it can be tricky to either be somewhere at a specific time every week or to actually have to commute, so with Lingoda you don't have this issue. Finally, and I think that was probably my favorite thing, is the fact that the classes are extremely chilled. You do work on a specific topic based on the European language framework, but the atmosphere was very relaxed because the teachers were very patient, they take the time to listen to you, they take the time to also correct you, and they're also very keen on answering your questions, which I think is important because I wouldn't like a lesson where everything is rushed. Now let's talk about the marathon because I think that's the most exciting thing in this video. So the marathon starts on the 23rd of September up until the 21st of December. To sign up for it, and I would recommend to do it as early as possible because places are limited, you only need to pay a deposit of 49 euros or 39 if you use the voucher code, which I will put in the description box below. Now the marathon has 2 formats. Either you do the half marathon and you do a class every 2 days for which you can get a refund of 50%, or you go hardcore. You do the full marathon, you do 1 class every day of the week and you get 100% refund. Yep. Essentially, if you successfully complete the marathons, you can get free language lessons. The languages you can do for the marathon are English, Spanish, German and French, and at any level. That includes A1 till C2. To successfully qualify for the refunds, there are rules you have to comply with. I will put a link in the description box below so you can have a breakdown of all the rules of the marathon, but essentially you have to make sure you are able to do a class every day and that you're able to be on time and actively participate in the lesson. And if you do miss a class or arrive late, then you won't qualify for the refund. It's very important to keep that in mind because if, for example, you go on holiday and then you know you won't have access to the Wi-Fi, which means you will miss a class, then you won't qualify for any of the refunds. Please do get familiar with the rules of the marathon, and if you do decide to sign up, make sure you're totally okay with the cost in the event that you lose the marathon. Don't worry if you do miss a class because you will still be able to carry on the marathon, but you just won't qualify for the refund. I think having a refund as a reward is a great motivator because it means you're responsible for your own learning and progress in the language, because if you do manage to attend all the classes, whether it is for the half or the full marathon, then you know you will make a lot of progress in the language you've chosen for the marathon. So if you feel like you're ready to dive into language learning, then I think Lingoda might just be the thing you need. To conclude this video, I think Lingoda can be a great way to break the language barrier by improving your language skills so you can meet new people, find a job abroad or just travel in general, and much more. So if you're really committed to learning and you really want to boost your language learning, then do consider the marathons, think about it, and then do sign up using the voucher code, which again is in the description box below. If, however, you don't think the marathons are really for you, you can still check out Lingoda's website and see what they have to offer. On the website, website, you will also be able to book a taster lesson so you can get an idea of how Lingoda works. Finally, if you would like to follow Lingoda on Instagram, you can do so at Lingoda Official. I will put all the links in the description box below and at the bottom of the screen here. And that's it for today. I will see you later, and bye!